The topic for this lecture presentation is commercial and institutional blogs. Marketplaces, where people do business and make transactions, have shifted from real-world physical space to the online space. The Internet and the World Wide Web as participatory media have changed our expectations as consumers. Brick-and-mortar stores are now competing with websites and Internet-connected mobile devices. Electronic media easily spread messages, but there's still a need for physical exchange for commerce or mail order or call-ins. Nevertheless, online media have revolutionized commerce, which makes online writing a vital skill. There have been many changes resulting from the emergence of online media as a primary marketplace. The Internet has changed the way consumers shop. The Internet has changed the way consumers communicate about products as they ask preliminary questions, give and receive answers, write reviews and seek them out, and offer near instantaneous feedback that has a global reach. Consumers have a lot of power now thanks to online media. Consumers began to turn to each other rather than to just salespeople to discuss products and services they were considering buying or had bought, or products and services they liked or hated. The Internet has changed the way consumers research product and service information, providing them with more options for comparative shopping. This has given consumers new benefits. Consumers were thrilled with the growing communication with their peers. The Internet marketplace provides more options, quicker access, easier comparison shopping, more information, and a forum to express personal reactions at every stage of the shopping experience. The Internet has changed the way consumers conduct transactions at online point of sale instead of having to go to a physical marketplace. There are also new frustrations that didn't exist before or weren't as publicized in the past. Consumers now have higher expectations from businesses. They are often frustrated at corporations' lack of understanding for how conversations take place in new media. We demand customer service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year-round. Online new media have also provided benefits for businesses. The Internet helped expand the marketplace beyond geographic limitations. The power of word of mouth now has multiplied considerably through social media. Blogs finally free corporations to speak directly to consumers rather than having to always go through the traditional media. Small and individual businesses can now compete better with larger corporations and institutions thanks to eBay, websites, blogs, and social networking sites. Online media have also created new challenges for businesses. More than ever, corporations need to communicate honestly with consumers. Corporations need to take part in online conversations because these conversations already exist, and if corporations don't get involved, they'll become irrelevant. While blogs in many ways liberate corporations from mainstream media, businesses also need to find different strategies from the old methods with which they have grown comfortable. The old way of marketing doesn't always work anymore. The hollow, untrustworthy voice of old public relations is fast becoming outdated. Publicists obsessively eliminated anything negative from the way they represented the products and companies they were trying to sell. They developed superlative phrases and visuals to grab the attention of passive audiences. Online media have heralded a new way of marketing that emphasizes the human voice. As publicists begin to engage directly with consumers online, they have to abandon the slanted, hyperbolic advocacy that ultimately relies on the third-party endorsement of a trusted media brand for its credibility. They need to emphasize fairness, balance, accuracy, and integrity in their own materials. Businesses use corporate blogs as their marketing tools, as a way of improving customer relations and establishing a popular presence on the web, or as a way of getting attention. There are many reasons to have a corporate blog. Businesses want to use an institutional blog to boost an existing income stream by generating new attention for their products or services. Businesses blog to publicize their brand and to establish themselves as experts, thus building trust and credibility. Ultimately, they blog to attract customers. In addition to establishing themselves as experts in a field, other reasons that companies choose to have institutional blogs are to communicate directly with customers without having to use traditional media as intermediaries, to engage directly in ongoing conversations among their customers, to start their own conversations, and to establish a human voice. Basically, a corporate or institutional blog can help establish or support the brand of a commercial company or a nonprofit institution. What is a brand? A brand is a characteristic that serves to identify a particular product. Branding is giving a product a distinctive identity by means of characteristic design or packaging in order to place it indelibly in the memory of a desired audience. Here's a little game I play with my physical class to show you how brands ingrain themselves in our memories. Name that brand. Here are some brands that are popular throughout the world. Anywhere you see these golden arches, you know it's McDonald's. There are positive and negative ideas associated with that fast food brand. This simple swoosh mark makes us instantly think of Nike, and hopefully for them, the image of athletic excellence. This used to be huge for a while, and maybe it still is. Microsoft Windows operating system. This has had a resurgence thanks to iPods, iPhones, iPads. Almost everyone will recognize the brand Apple. The interlocking N and Y are recognized internationally as the logo for the Major League Baseball team, the New York Yankees. They used to own Thursday nights. Now they're just trying to stay competitive. It's the peacock logo for broadcast network NBC. 5 interlocking multicolored rings symbolizing the different continents competing in sports. Yes, even the Olympics are a brand. Since the 1930s, this shield has been recognized as representing arguably the greatest superhero of them all, Superman. Back in the late 1980s, Warner Brothers Studios started a marketing campaign to promote a new movie directed by Tim Burton. No words on the ads, just this symbol on a black background. People instantly recognized it and actually started using that symbol for themselves, shaved into their hair, tattooed on their bodies. It's the brand of Batman. If you're shopping for a car, this is one of the prestigious symbols out there, Mercedes. The beverage industry is very competitive, and brands are constantly tweaked and updated to stay hip and fresh in customers' minds. This is the recognized logo for Pepsi-Cola. New brands are emerging all the time. People see this and recognize it as the microblogging social network, Twitter. Musical artists also brand themselves. Maybe you're all too young to recognize this as the logo for the band The Grateful Dead. Brands are important in politics too. This was the symbol used in 2008 during Barack Obama's Hope presidential campaign. The letter O from his name looking like a rising sun over a U.S. flag draped horizon. Now here are some tips for branding your own content online. First, know your brand. Know exactly the image you want to convey. Be focused, be passionate, be simple to understand. Second, remember that images are almost everything. Online appearance matters. Be visually consistent and professional. The images and the words should go hand in hand. Third, let your mission statement be your guide. The most important part of your brand is largely invisible, at least at first. It's the promise you make to a visitor the first time you meet. It is more than just a half-hearted promise to try and be interesting and entertaining. It is a promise to deliver a specific and predictable result every time. Your brand is the one aspect of your blog or business that people can always trust, that will never be compromised. Your mission statement will keep you focused on that. Fourth, aim for perfection. You want to make your blog and yourself, through your blog, the best that it can be. Unless you're an expert marketer, an expert designer, an expert copywriter, an expert web developer, in addition to your day job, there are lots of things you don't know and skills you don't have. You should admit that to yourself and invest in some outside expertise. It doesn't have to break the bank. You can pick one area and start there, but make building your brand a priority. It's what sets you apart, helps readers quickly understand what you're about, and creates loyal followers. So work hard to address any weaknesses of which you're aware. Fifth, choose your voice wisely. Think of your blog's tone of voice and personality. Is it boring? Too complicated? Too sloppy? All over the place? Make your written voice authentic, distinctive, and consistent. Make sure it fits the message you're trying to deliver. There's a lot of brand power in the way we say things, not just in what we say. Sixth, test your brand's impact. Ask other people for their reaction, even if it's not a formal focus group. Are your key messages and themes coming across? Seventh, invest in your brand. Not necessarily money, but time and creativity all are necessary to make your brand the most effective it can be. Give it the attention it deserves in order to achieve the best quality. Blogging began as a personal, individual form of publication, and successful corporate blogs tend to preserve that sense of personality. Many of the most popular corporate blogs offer readers a sense of the individuals who run the business. You may hear the word monetization when it comes to online writing. Even personal blogs might be considered commercial. Individual bloggers make money off advertisements on their blogs, often starting blogs about specific topics that they hope will generate lucrative ads and affiliate sales. Spammers create fake blogs, often using software to automatically generate them, creating link farms where the fake blogs link to the websites the spammers are trying to hype, and that search engines then assume are popular because of all the links. This image is an example of how spammers pull content from legitimate blogs and use it to drive links and manipulate search engine results for products and services they are selling. What is spam? Spam is a dirty word in online media. Spam is unsolicited, disruptive messages, usually through email, but also in many other places online. Link farms, like the one shown in the prior slide, can also be considered spam when they clutter search engine results with useless content. Comments on blogs can be considered spam when they are off topic, or aim simply to drive traffic to another site. There are many positive ways to build audience without resorting to spam. First, search engine optimization, or SEO. Shape your content to match timely topics that will show up in online searches, often by using keywords and tags wisely. Second, engage the audience. Reply to comments in a timely and personal manner, thereby encouraging dialogue. Third, become an active participant in the blogosphere. Create a blog roll of favorite blogs and websites. Link to other blogs whenever appropriate. Read other blogs and comment where appropriate. Fourth, use social media to promote a blog. Share links of blog entries on Facebook, Twitter, and other appropriate online social channels. Retberg says that blogs are a social form of writing and don't work well in a vacuum. Some blogs can survive on transitory readers who simply arrive from a search. Many blogs want to build a brand, though, and in order to achieve that, you want readers to return again and again, and you want other websites to link to your blog in order to attract new readers. This requires engaging with your readers and with other bloggers. How do we define a commercial blog? Many of the most popular blogs are commercial in the sense that they make some amount of money from ads on their blogs. The long tail of blogging that we spoke about in an earlier class, the amateurs who simply enjoy to write online, they don't bother with ads because they see their blog as a hobby rather than as a profession. Retberg writes, looking at the commercial sides of blogging, it is clear that professional bloggers also need to maintain trust, for instance by clearly separating sponsored content from the editorial content, and by maintaining an authentic human voice, and a sense of fairness, balance, accuracy, and integrity. Commercial blogs, and all blogs for that matter, need to be transparent. That means that people expect blogs to be honest and authentic. When readers discover the bloggers they have been reading break with this expectation, the backlash can be enormous. There is a need for transparency and honesty. Retberg states that truth and integrity are at the core of both the successes, the success stories, and the failures of commercial blogging. Conventions for displaying truth and integrity have long been established in journalism, marketing, and face-to-face communication. They are still in the process of being established in blogging. So what's the secret for success in commercial blogging? Bloggers who are able to make a living from individually run blogs usually either have a strong personal brand built up over years, or they very carefully seek niche markets to blog about, where advertisements and affiliate programs that match the products or topics they discuss will pay well. Advertising is still a reliable way to generate income from content, whether online or offline. Here are some types of ads you'll find on blogs and other websites. Text ads are small text-only advertisements like those seen here, usually with a link taking you to another site. In contextual ads, the advertisement is matched to the content of the web page displaying the ad. So if you write about shoes in your blog post, a link might take your readers to a site selling shoes. Graphical ads are visual, image-based advertisements, such as banner ads, pop-up ads, or more complex animated ads. There are other types of revenue beyond advertising. First, subscriptions, or payment for digital delivery. This is how I make money for my own blog, giving readers the option to pay to subscribe to the blog and have it automatically delivered to Amazon's Kindle, for example. Other pay subscription models offer access to premier content not available to non-subscribers. Second, referrals or affiliate links. Income is generated by linking to another site, such as Amazon.com, which sells products that might be of interest to your readers, and you receive a commission for each sale, or sometimes even for each click-through. Third, donations or micro-patronage. Following the public television and public radio models, requesting viewer support through PayPal or other methods. Fourth, sponsors. Some blogs are paid by corporations or individuals to promote their products and services. So in this case, this cooking blog is sponsored by a specific brand, Gerard's. Why would a sponsor pay for blog coverage? Marketers prefer human written content to surround the links to their sites. That way, search engines will count the links as genuine endorsements rather than as spam. The challenge of sponsorship is that the divide between editorial content and sponsored ads is strict in conventional journalism. When bloggers blur that line by accepting payment to write about a product or company, they break with the cultural expectations set by journalism and sometimes risk the trust of their readership. The secret is to be transparent and honest. Let people know if you have a sponsor. Repberg writes that individual blogs rise and fall on their own accord. If the writer consistently produces bad content, the blog will fail due to lack of readership. If the writer consistently produces great content, the blog will be a success because of that. Whether or not bloggers choose to disclose revenue sources has no real impact on whether the content is good or whether it's bad. So it all boils down to how good your content is. She continues, the bloggers that will rise to the top and gain substantial readership are those that have great writing style and always give an honest opinion, even if it is not just an opinion and whether it's objective or not. So, again, focus on strong writing and be honest with your feedback and your opinions. Repberg concludes that honest conversation and the human voice are at the heart of successful blogging. While this idea may have been neglected in the Gutenberg parenthesis of print and mass media, it is not by any means a new idea. Plato held that a dialogue with worthy listeners and the careful tending of communication is the best way to spread your ideas. So that's an overview of commercial and institutional blogs. If you have any questions, please let me know in the discussions forum of Blackboard. See you next time.